Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, it's time for the VooDoo Chef Podcast, where we will discuss all things voodoo from the VooDoo Studios located right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. So to all my booties out there, if you're looking for nothing but a good time, this is the place to be. Call your friends, knock on the neighbor's door, and let them know it's time to party like a rock star for the next hour. Join me and my guests and learn to voodoo like we do as we discuss our faves and the voodoo that we use. I'll put our guests on the spot as we ask for their top 3 and make sure and listen as we discuss some of our favorite war stories from the kitchens we've worked in. Sit back, grab a tall glass of your favorite libation, and enjoy this episode of the VooDoo Chef Podcast. What's going on, Voodies? We are offsite at Flavor of Tampa Bay, and we don't have one guest. We don't have 2 guests. We got 3 rock star guests today. We got Ryan Adam from Scrum Sports. We got the man, the myth, the legend, DJ Don Pablo. And we've got Leanne Cheesecakes and more in the house. Get ready to learn all about things going on in Tampa Bay right here on the VooDoo Chef Podcast. This episode of the VooDoo Chef Podcast is brought to you by the VooDoo Chef Foundation. Log on to www.voodoochef.com, click on that foundation link, and help us share the magic. Get ready, sit back, here we go. Oh, Lord, look who's here. Normally he's opening the door for me on Tuesday nights, but today the shoe's on the other foot, my friend Ryan Adams. What's going on, brother?
Very, very happy to be here, man.
And you're in jeans, you know.
I am in jeans.
Your name is, first of all, it's hot as fuck out here.
I'm regretting this decision.
You want some shorts? I got some. They might still be pants on you because they're mine, but dude, you're insane wearing shorts. You know, I know you as khakis because that's
it's my Twitter handle.
Your Twitter handle. What is your Twitter handle?
It's at Scrum Ryan Radio, but the name that I go by on Twitter is Khaki Man.
Khaki
and I owe Johnny B of the Johnny B Show that moniker because I wear a lot of cargo khaki shorts. I wear a lot of khaki pants, depending on the job that I do before I come into the studio Monday through Friday. So, yeah, that's me.
That's you, Khaki Man.
Yes.
But, dude, I'm interested in Scrum Sports. I like sports for the hoopla. I'm not into the stats and all that. I love the pomp and circumstance. I love the hype before the game. I love the emotion after the game. But I want you to tell everybody out there about Scrum Radio because the Voodies out there, they know you from Johnny B Show and Ian Beckles. But let's let everybody know about Scrum Sports. Tell us what that is.
The Scrum Sports is a sports media company locally here in Tampa that my buddy Trevor Grout and I started back in December of 2014. So this will be coming up. This year will be our 4-year anniversary. We're an LLC here in the state of Florida. We cover all the major sports teams, the Bucks, the Rays, the Lightning, fully credentialed with all the major teams in the area.
Now, how do you get credentialed by a team? I mean, VooDoo Chef can't walk out there and say, yeah, I'm here to cover the Bucks for my podcast.
Yeah.
How does one go about doing that?
Well, Trevor and I have a sports radio background. We used to work for the now defunct 98.7 The Fan. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
It was the only FM sports station in Tampa. They came and went within about 2.5 years. Trevor and I were a part of that for a little while. When they flipped formats, we were out of sports media, and we didn't like that feeling because that's what our real passion is sports. And so we decided, let's try to find a way to always be in sports media. And what better way than to start your own company?
That's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, and we had a good rapport with the teams in the area. So we walked in and we said, here's what we're doing now. We would love to continue covering you guys from spring training or training camp all the way through. Will you still honor us as being legitimate sports media entities in this market? And they said sure. It's all about rapport and reputation in this business. I'm sure you know.
Well, I think your reputation is what built that rapport,
of course,
and your professionalism. So, you know, that speaks volumes to who you are, and that's what I like about you, Ryan.
you're tell it like it is. You're like, dude, this is what's going on. Here's how it goes. That's it, man. Sorry. And it doesn't matter, good news, bad news. It's not. It's work, and that's just how it goes. And I'm sure that's how you are, no nonsense with your own business, and why you've earned that reputation and you were able to make that transition into your own.
It's been a grind, man. I mean, you know, you're in business for yourself too, so you know how the grind is to constantly be able to find new ways to market yourself, and even being a media company like we are, we market a little bit differently than a restaurant chain, or maybe even the way that you go about marketing yourself. But in the end, it's about branding.
Yep.
And it's about having that flashy logo and making sure that it's in front of as many eyeballs as you can get it in front of. So we're proud that 3 professional sports teams, I mean, there's only, 32 teams in football, 30 teams in baseball and hockey. So we're privileged to know that we are a sports media outlet that's granted access to a professional sports team, not just 1, not just 2, but 3 in a major market like Tampa Bay.
So are you heading over to, now we do record this in advance, and today is a big Lightning game. Are you heading over to the arena?
I am not, but we do have Scrum people up in the press box covering tonight. If you guys follow the Scrum Sports at the Scrum Sports on Twitter, we live tweet every playoff game all the way through the Stanley Cup final. God willing, we make it that far. And same with the Rays. I'll be heading over to the Rays game here. It starts at 6, so you can follow us there too.
So where did I love your logo. It's Scrum, the word, but the U is housing the
microphone.
Yeah, I won't tell you what I call that.
That's
that
what a lot of
type
people.
of mic.
Yeah.
But absolutely. And tell me where the name came from.
Well, a scrum is, in essence, if you're watching a post-game or a pre-game of any sport, you see a bunch of reporters gathered around a player or a coach. That gathering, that little crowd of reporters, of media, if you will, is called a scrum.
That's pretty interesting,
It's
man.
also a rugby term.
Really?
Yes.
See, again, not a sports guy. Love the pomp and circuit. Look at this. They're bringing us food.
This is
right
great.
now.
This is
Tell us
fantastic.
what we're eating, Kicking Caribbean.
That's
It's a crab cake?
Huh?
Is that a crab cake? Or a
That's flounder.
That's flounder.
Okay.
That's fried mac and cheese.
fried mac and cheese?
Are you on a speaker?
We're recording right now live. You're on a podcast. Here you go, Ryan. Right?
There you go. Oh, my
Flounder
goodness.
With,
Oh, my goodness.
Coconut flounder with what? A little mango sauce.
Oh, my goodness.
I get to be on the receiving end,
Huh.
man.
That's really, yeah, you
that's
get to
really
be, yeah.
good.
That's very good.
Man,
What are you from? Kicking what?
Caribbean.
Kicking Caribbean.
where
All
can we
right.
find you on social media?
Facebook.
Tell us.
Facebook. Kicking Caribbean on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen.
Girlfriend
Kicking.
got shy all of a sudden, She was over here telling me all about her food a little while ago. Kicking Caribbean, get over here. Tell us where we can find
She's
you.
got got people on her at her truck.
All right, well, we'll
Yeah.
get her Facebook
Yes.
and we'll make sure and share that out.
This is really good.
Now, Ryan and I, like, all thoughts have stopped. We're digging into the fried mac and cheese
Yeah.
like we've never eaten before in our life. And that's okay, because there's 2 things we got going for us here. It's mac and cheese, and it's fried. And now you're about to hear a radio no-no, dead air.
Oh my goodness. That's really, really good.
You can't go wrong with fried, man. We all know that. Let's pass
You know what that could use?
Uh-oh.
I could use a little dirt.
A little dirt, man. Dirt
Yeah.
makes everything taste
Yeah.
better. Let's pass some of that to Derek, Sarah.
Oh, come on. You can't turn down fried mac and cheese, Derek.
Holy cow, man.
My goodness.
I don't know if I just got excited that somebody was feeding me or if that was really off the hook, but
Yeah. That's good stuff right there.
Kicking Caribbean's been bringing me little samples throughout the day, You got the signed chef and all of a sudden everybody wants to feed you and go, what'd
Yeah.
you think? They don't understand that I just want to eat. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
They're sizing you up is what they're doing. You're the competition, right?
We have no food out here, man. We have no food out here.
But you have some fantastic spices and sauces. Derek's got his Sarah sauce out here. Mm-hmm. It's good stuff, brother.
Hey, it's a great event. We must be between acts because it's got kind of
Mm-hmm.
quiet. But who are you here to see now that we're on Flavor of Tampa Bay, and that's where we're at today? Who are you excited to hear play today?
Well, being 102.5 The Bone, it was cool to see my peeps, Haley J and Jerica Cabrera perform. There are a couple of girls I've been working with for a couple of years now.
Now, how do I know Jerica? How do I know Haley J?
Haley J is on air on Hot 101.5 and 94.9. You've probably heard her on both of those stations over the last couple of years.
Sister station, right?
Yes, they're sister
There we
stations
go.
of 102.5 The Bone. That's Cox Media Group. I would like to be able to be here for Pitbull Toddler later. I've seen them 100 times, but they always bring down the house, man.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you've seen them before, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
Greatest
love-
cover band in Tampa. They're really
I
good.
love when they play at Maloney's Irish Pub in West Chase because I live over that way. So
Okay.
I just
There you
open
go.
the window.
Yeah. There you go.
So Ryan, I want to ask you because, like, you know, again, I'm not the stat guy. I'm not that dude. But who has the best food up in the press box for you at the games?
The best press box
I
food.
got to tell you, the spread at the Bucks games up in the press box is pretty on point, man.
I haven't been up to a Bucks game in a while. I remember it being pretty good, but I got to tell you, the Lightning bring it.
Really.
The Lightning bring it. They've got a theme for every day, it seems. And I don't even know who caters them or what the
In-house,
maybe the restaurant.
man.
It
In-house.
probably is. You're
It's-
right.
It's Delaware North Company.
Okay.
But it's all done in-house. A VooDoo crew member, Adam Hoge,
Okay.
is actually their protein barbecue chef. He does
good stuff,
all
brother.
the barbecue
Yeah.
proteins.
Yeah.
Another buddy of ours, Chef Todd Lopez, is the team's personal barbecue chef. He
Wow.
cooks for the team. Yeah, we got some hookups out there. Every now and again, you see a little VooDoo make an appearance at Amelie Arena.
All right.
But I didn't know that about the press box at the Lightning.
Yeah, they have they've all got their own media dining. The Bucks are the only ones that have it in their press box. The Lightning and the Rays, you actually have to go out to an actual media dining area. So
Little known fact: I worked for the Bucks on the transition team. You know, transitioning before the game and after the game.
okay.
And during the interim, we would stand on the sideline and make sure nobody ran into the cheerleaders or anything like that.
Yep.
So we used to sneak up into the press box dining, and enjoy that before everybody got
Yeah.
there. And they do a really nice job up there. So like I said, I haven't been to Lightning, and I have not been to the Rays. I find baseball just a drag.
It's
Too
not
long.
for everybody. I think there's a niche for every sport. I think for baseball, everybody seems to think, well, if they win, people will show up to the game, and that's not true.
I don't find that true.
They went through a 8 or 9 year stretch where they were one of the best teams in baseball, and they still couldn't fill that stadium halfway.
Right.
But their TV ratings are one of the best in baseball.
Really?
Yeah, they've had one of the best TV contracts in baseball for years, and take that for what you will, but I've always loved the game of baseball. I grew up on the game of baseball,
Where are
played
you
for 5
from?
years. I'm from originally Detroit, but I've lived here. My family moved down here when I was 3.
Okay.
But I frequented up there until I was probably 20 years old every summer to visit family and things. So I spent a good part of my childhood up there. I've called Tampa area resident since '86. So I kind of just adapted the Tampa teams, and I've been in love with baseball specifically ever since.
All right, so you do cover the big three here, but
Yes.
but what came across my Facebook feed that caught my attention is you and I were both sitting on the couch, chilling out, watching WrestleMania.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk
Yes,
about
sir.
your wrestling, man. Tell me, how long of a fan of wrestling are you? How far back does it go?
I mean, I came into it at the end of the Attitude Era, so I got into it early 2000s, right around the time I graduated high school, and before that, I was just I was on the bandwagon of this is boring, this is crap, this is fake. Who would watch this? And then a buddy of mine sat me down and said, "Watch WrestleMania. Just watch WrestleMania. If you're not hooked after watching WrestleMania,
It's a show.
then yeah,
It's an
yeah.
experience.
It is. It's a spectacle. They don't call it the grandest stage of them all for nothing. I mean, you could have. I will say this year's WrestleMania was a little disappointing, but it's still WrestleMania.
All right, so I haven't watched WrestleMania in quite some time, and time just flies. I'm going to tell you, it's been about 4 years.
Okay.
But my wrestling goes back to being 5 or 6 years old, watching superstar Billy Graham at a local arena.
Yeah.
Watching Rocky Johnson.
So you were back when Bruno Sammartino was in his heyday. He
But
just passed.
He just passed.
just passed,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, same day as Bush, Lady
Yeah,
Bush.
yeah.
But you got to remember, I was 5 or 6 years old back then. So, and I was down here in Tampa.
Okay.
So I don't remember much of Bruno. But Florida, then I moved to Tampa, the home of Florida Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
So, dude, I had Dusty Rhodes, I had Barry Windham, Blackjack, everybody. The Rotundos were here back in the day. You know, I watched Micah's dad wrestle and just was, it was awesome.
What do you think of his brothers or her brothers?
Her brothers, you know, I really liked the Bo Leave concept. It made me laugh.
Oh, yeah.
I did not like what was Bray's first concept when he was on with Titus. When he was on the little show where you got to try to be a wrestler.
Oh, NXT or
Before that,
Oh, Tough Enough.
when they had Tough Enough,
He
and
was
it
on Tough Enough.
but it was interweaved with it was on Monday Night Raw as like a segment almost, and Daniel Bryan was on, and
Oh, you're
and-
talking about oh man, Nexus.
is that what it was?
I think it was Nexus. Yeah.
So I didn't like Husky Harris or something like that.
He doesn't look anything
was-
like he did.
It
back
was,
then.
it was not like that. And then
The Eater of Worlds was born.
when he
Yeah.
came out as Bray Wyatt, powerful, man.
Oh yeah, the Wyatt family was
Powerful.
great. Yep.
And I
Yep.
love the Bludgeon Brothers. I liked it more as the Wyatt family. I thought it was
Yeah.
it had this creepy thing about it.
I like the great thing about the Bludgeon Brothers are, in a world of PG WWE, they take it that extra step. And I mean, when they came out at WrestleMania, I think it was, and just or maybe it was before WrestleMania, and they just destroyed everybody. I mean, they put Xavier Woods in the hospital. I mean, the way that they just brutalized all the tag teams.
You feel like you're
Yeah.
10, 11, 12 watching wrestling again, going,
Yeah.
dude, there's no way that's fake.
Yeah.
You know?
You can't fake getting power bombed with no way to brace yourself onto steel steps.
Exactly.
You know, you
that
can't.
was insane.
Yeah. And chair shots square off the top of the head.
Man,
You come here, let me hit you with a steel chair without bracing yourself, and you tell me how fake it is.
everybody out there is
Yeah.
listening to us going, dude, they're believers, man. They're believers.
You know what's fake? The storylines are fake. That's fake. And a lot of there are a lot of moves that are scripted and rehearsed.
But even they're scripted, but the hits are real.
Yeah.
And a lot of the storylines come out of the natural relationships.
Of course, yes.
So they do cross over quite a bit.
That's true. That's very true.
But I just, the insanity of television that is today and everything that goes on and the work schedule that I maintain, when I go home, I don't want to think. I don't want to watch Game of Thrones and have to process and think. I want to watch something that if I miss it for 3 weeks, I can pick right back up where I left off. I want to know that Bo and Hope are still, fighting on Days of Our Lives, and their marriage could be in jeopardy. Not that I watch that show.
If you do, that's fine. I won't judge you.
But it's at the end of the day, WWE is a soap opera for dudes,
For men, yep. That's our soap opera.
And it doesn't matter where you start, where you can always pick right back up.
It's very true.
So who's your favorite wrestler all time?
All time's The Rock, and I can answer that now, tomorrow, a year from now. It's hands down The Rock. It's not just because of how he was as a wrestler, or is. He pops in occasionally from time to time. He's an amazing human being. I don't know if you follow his social media, but he's just an incredible person. You never hear a bad thing said about him.
And that's odd in today's time.
And he's, I want to say he's self-made, but he's I think a third-generation wrestler.
third.
But what he's done with
But
the
he
platform,
reinvented,
oh
man.
yeah, he's reinvented himself.
He's nothing like his dad. He's nothing like his grandfather.
He's the highest-paid actor in Hollywood right now.
But when
Yeah.
he came out, man, you knew to turn your TV on at 9 o'clock
Yes.
because Rock was getting ready to come out, and he was going to call somebody a candy ass and shove it up their ass sideways, and you had to see it.
Yep, Stone Cold would be in my top 3.
Stone Cold's good. I think I'm a little older than you because I'm going to go back a bit, and I've got to say Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty, yeah.
With a real close number 2 of Ric Flair.
Early Ric Flair, yeah, 80s Ric Flair.
Oh,
yeah.
man, Ric Flair could make anybody look good.
Yep. And even all the way up until when he retired, he could still go on the mic. And I don't know how long he did this, but my favorite Ric Flair is the Ric Flair that goes into the ring, throws his jacket down, and drops elbows on his jacket. On his jacket. That was hilarious to
But
me.
it didn't matter when you saw Ric Flair, you could count on a few things. You could count on him, getting punched in the corner, walking out like nothing was wrong, and then doing the straight face ball.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic.
You could count on Ric Flair strutting across the ring, throwing the big woo.
Yeah, exactly.
And my favorite, they would sling him into the corner, and he would do the flip, run down the apron to the other side, and come off the top rope.
Yeah.
He would do those moves, and it would happen like he'd get his ass kicked, putting over whatever wrestler he's putting over,
Yeah.
and then at the end he pulls it out.
Exactly.
And you would never see him share words on, hey, we're doing this next, doing that next. And he was just such a skilled person in the ring. I mean,
Yeah.
to
Nowadays,
me,
there's a lot of talking in the ring that you can pick up on camera.
Yep.
There's a lot of these guys talking to each other, mumbling things. When they're about ready to suplex, you can almost see that the cameraman tries to move away so that you don't see
Right.
them mouthing something, or, it's
Totally gonna feed you.
Oh my
oh
goodness!
my God, now we got more food coming. What the fuck is this?
What is
This is
this?
the best thing in the
Oh,
world.
this is the chimichanga.
Yeah.
What's in it?
It's 3 cheese and a flour tortilla, rice and beans, coconut rice and beans,
3 cheese, coconut, rice, and beans, and a flour tortilla.
jerk pulled pork,
Jerk pulled pork, which was phenomenal. I've already had that today.
Okay.
jerk barbecue sauce, and then it's deep fried.
Jerk
My
barbecue sauce
goodness.
and deep fried. All right, Kickin' Caribbean. Tell us where we can find you on social media.
Kicking Caribbean on Facebook.
Kickin'
All right.
Caribbean on Facebook. And
You have a
let me tell
website?
you,
You have a
I do,
website?
kickingcaribbean.com.
KickinCaribbean.com. So we're going to try this up. I'm going to get a spoon so I can take a little bit.
A spoon?
No, you gotta.
Come
oh,
on,
you
chef.
got it, man.
I'm going to share with Derek. Okay, Derek's saying no.
Make you one by yourself.
Nice and
fuck
hot.
him. I'm just going to, yeah, that's
All right.
a little hot.
A little
I'm
warm.
gonna
Yeah.
It's a little hot. It's right out of the fryer, so
Yeah.
that looks amazing.
How
I'm
was
going
the
to.
mac and cheese?
The mac and cheese was fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, tell us is this your number one seller?
That and the jerk chicken.
What's that?
That and the jerk chicken.
This and the jerk chicken. All right, I'm gonna go in, Ryan Adams.
All right.
Oh, it's hot.
I'm not letting you go in by yourself.
It's hot, bro.
It's hot. Yeah.
But oh my God.
Let's go.
And she cooks all this on the truck. She commissaries right on the truck. So, to get that pork on the truck, 10 hours. 10 hours.
That's so good.
Oh my God. You have things in here that are on my list of things that don't eat. And I even told you that. But I'm telling you right now, that coconut rice combined with that pork, absolutely phenomenal. And the
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's a chimichanga at the end of
Yeah.
the day. I mean, come on. If you know me, I eat nachos and I eat nachos.
Yeah.
And this right here is on point.
But you don't eat vegetables.
I do not eat vegetables.
I don't eat a lot of vegetables, but I've never heard anyone actually say they don't eat vegetables, period. Nothing green goes in your mouth.
I like broccoli. I like salad.
Those are veggies, bro.
Yeah, but that's it. It's over after that.
But
Done.
not the iceberg, though. The iceberg's got E. coli on it now. Or E. coli,
Really?
whatever you say. Yeah. I think, no, it's romaine. I'm sorry. Romaine lettuce is being recalled for E. coli.
We just had a recall of eggs, and that shocked me. Had a big recall on eggs, but that was good. I inhaled that. That was awesome.
So good. So good.
Make sure you check out Kickin' Caribbean, guys. Website and Facebook.
You got Bone Royalty walking around here, man.
Oh, where?
John Setting of Drew Garabo Live.
Where's John? I've never met John. The
Right there in
beard?
the blue shirt. Yeah. He's
Never
good people,
met
man.
John.
He's good people.
Very cool. Very cool.
I'm not a sweet tea fan, but this sweet tea is very refreshing.
Is it sweet?
Is it sweet? I don't know.
I think it's unsweet.
Whatever it is, it's refreshing.
Because it's hot as fuck outside.
How are you guys? Good.
So Ryan, I wanna wrap this up with a question. Like I was saying, with WWE, we can start watching in a year and pick right back up after 2-3 episodes.
Of course.
I want to talk. You also cover MMA. Now, I used to be a big UFC fan. And I'm talking back to the day, when Oleg Tatarov would fight Tank Abbott, and it would go on forever, and they'd lay around in the ring. I mean, that was the goods to me.
I'll tell you what, out of everything that we cover at the Scrum Sports, MMA is my least knowledgeable. I've never really followed it.
Here's the challenge I have. They have so many shows, and I don't know, like WWE, I know Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, I know that's where I go to get my information.
NXT, but that's on the network.
But when you look at MMA, there's so many shows, reload, this load, that load, this show, that show. What is the standard for that Monday Night Raw to where I know This is where I'm getting the weekly update, and I know it's not a rehash where I got to wonder when they fought or is this old.
Well, I'll tell you, you can go to thescrumsports.com and check out all of our recaps.
Well,
We've got recaps. We've got news and rumors stories that we do. So if you miss a few weeks and you don't have Hulu, where you can go back and watch it, because I know all the episodes are on Hulu of Raw and SmackDown, or you don't read the dirt sheets that are out there, we actually have a column that's written twice a month where news and rumors are reported, recaps, inside information that we have that can just catch you up really, really quick, rather than having to sit through a 3 or a 2 hour show and just kind of getting catching up.
and that's at scrumsports.com.
TheScrumsports.com. Check out our wrestling section.
And do you have that for UFC as well?
We have an MMA section, yes.
Dude, that's hot, man.
Yep.
That's hot. That's about as hot as it is out here, and
And it's balls hot out here.
I feel like fucking
Yeah.
Frosty the Snowman in the
Yep.
greenhouse. Not that I've seen that show. I just want to be able to like refreeze and
Have
say
you-
happy birthday.
Have you checked out the polar tent over there?
Holy!
It's fantastic.
I want one for my house.
Oh my God! It's
I want it as
it's
a
brilliant.
room.
Why didn't we think of something like that? You
I don't know.
That guy's a millionaire if he stays in Florida.
Absolutely. 2 months a year, he's chilling.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Exactly.
Taking some time off. Every other month of the year, bank.
Yep.
Bank. The only challenge I see, he's got 2. He's got 2. That's not enough.
No, you gotta expand a little bit.
Well, just so you know, if you come over here and you can't find me, look to see if the bottle of Jack's on the table, because if it's not, the Jack bottle and I are going to be hanging out in the cool zone, watching whatever he's got on TV.
cares?
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a Scrum Sports report.
Yeah, yeah. You can. Well, we have a YouTube page too. So we used to do. We used to have our podcast actually be live video, but we didn't. We don't have a studio for that anymore. But we do have pre and post game interviews from all the sports we cover. So if you're a Lightning fan throughout the Stanley Cup playoff run, we have in locker room video of
Really?
all the players. John Cooper's press
Do you
conferences.
do that live?
Sometimes we
Sometimes?
stream it live. Yeah, it just depends. But we always have the videos up on our YouTube page. Just search The Scrum Sports on YouTube. Our logo's blue and white. You can't miss it.
Now, Ryan, you know I'm not that much of a genius when it comes to the technology.
Okay.
You're leaving, Adam. Andrew, where are you going?
Huh?
Where are you going?
Well, we're gonna be around here, but just in case we don't stop back by. I was trying not to interrupt over here.
Dude, it's the fucking VooDoo podcast, bro.
Oh, it's the VooDoo podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, well then I'm a welcome guest. Probably.
Everybody is, except when you were on Johnny B, you fucking brought brisket. Where's the fucking brisket, man? Come on, Drew.
Yeah, no, I should have brought brisket.
How's it going, buddy?
Hey, I'm Andrew.
Good, man. I met you.
Ryan.
Oh yeah, it's Ryan. It's Ryan.
Where's the fucking brisket, man? Oh, I'm kidding, brother.
Yeah, I know you are, but if I'd have known you would have been out here, I would have brought you some brisket. No problem.
I will be out here tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. So
Yeah, I will be at this address tomorrow.
absolutely.
Daddy O's barbecue. Daddy O's, right?
Yeah, Daddy-O.
Daddy O barbecue. Check him out.
Absolutely. What's the website?
We're only on Instagram right now.
At Daddy-O Barbecue?
At Daddy-O Barbecue.
Make sure you follow. A lot of good stuff out there.
Absolutely. We can take care of any of your needs.
Any of your needs? I need
Put his meat in your
brisket.
mouth.
That's
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
That's gross. There'll be a door slam there. Trust me. There'll be a door slam there. Trust me.
Even if it's brisket?
Put his brisket in your mouth. I could live with.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, good to see you guys.
You too.
Ryan,
See you,
good
Andrew.
to see you.
See you.
See you, baby doll.
You
And
too.
this is Anna.
It's nice to meet you.
Well, kind of.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right. Take care, guys.
be
Later,
good,
buddy.
man. Be good. Everybody just dropping in here.
Yeah.
Ryan, real quick before we head out, because I know you're going to the Rays game. Tell everybody one more time where they can find you. First and foremost for Scrum Radio.
Our podcast, which again we're going to be starting back up soon. You can listen to the archives over at thescrumsports.com. We have our podcast on iTunes. Just search the Scrum Sports on iTunes. YouTube page. Everything's pretty much the Scrum Sports. Our Twitter handle at the Scrum Sports. The Scrum Sports on Facebook. We have the check mark on Facebook, so we're verified. It's very cool.
That's cool.
And Instagram's the same. The Scrum Sports.
And I keep saying Scrum Radio. It is Scrum Sports.
The Scrum Sports podcast.
But
Yeah.
I say radio because you're also on the radio. You're on 102.5.
Yes, the Johnny B Show, executive producer.
Executive producer, Johnny B Show, 102.5. You can listen to it here in Tampa at 102.5 FM on your dial. Or you can download the app, the 102.5 The Bone app, from your app stores, wherever you find that. And, you know, if you can't find that, log onto your computer, www.1025.
Theboneonline.com.
Theboneonline.com. And you can listen live.
And watch live.
Yeah, that's right.
Bone TV.
Bone
Yeah.
TV. You can see Ryan sitting there answering the phones live and and working his magic, making Johnny B's show run smooth as it does.
I try, man.
Bro, I can't tell you how I appreciate you. I love coming out, hanging out on
We love
Tuesday
having you,
nights.
brother.
And I appreciate you taking time to chill with us today, man.
Absolutely, buddy. Anytime. It's my pleasure, man. It's
And,
an honor.
you know, lunch was on me.
Yeah. I'm going to look them up, man. They were fantastic.
That sweet chili sauce on that, you know, she called it barbecue sauce. I think that was just a little sweet chili sauce, but it was fucking good.
I got to tell you, my wife has loved the dirt you gave us.
Take some more, man.
Yeah, I might. We have she uses in her baked mac and cheese.
Oh, dude.
And it changes the mac and cheese game. It's been fantastic.
You know what? We're going to set you up here. So we'll set you up with some VooDoo so you can take it home and have her start working that magic. No pun intended. I'm going to set you up with some VooDoo magic
all right,
today.
I appreciate that, man.
Guys, check out Ryan at the Scrum Sports, all the social media outlets website. Make sure you give him thumbs up, like, hearts, whatever the fuck that shit is that I don't know. But he's one of the good guys. So all you VooDoos out there, make sure you click over. Ryan, thanks again, man.
Thank you, Chef.
When this podcast is over, make sure you switch over and check out my man Johnny B. Johnny B was voted the #1 comedian in Tampa Bay 2 years running. You can hear Johnny B Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. to midnight on 102.5 The Bone. And don't worry, you don't have to live in the Tampa Bay area to check out Johnny B. Just log on to www.theboneonline.com. You can not only listen live, but you can watch live through Bone TV. Don't forget Johnny B's podcast, Johnny B Uncensored. Usually a weekly recap of his terrestrial radio show, only with a lot more bad words. Make sure and check out Johnny B, my main man, the funniest man I know. Johnny B, you're a rock star, brother.
Volvemos al VooDoo Chef Podcast.
All my friends know the low rider.
So we're back, and we're here with DJ Don Pablo this time. Don, what the fuck's going on, man?
How are you, VooDoo, man? We're out here at the Flavor of Tampa Bay having a great time. I'm glad you guys made it out here, man. We support your brand. We love you, and I appreciate you having me last weekend. What a great event.
Dude, I was going to tell you, that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. You know, we do post out, so this isn't going to post for a couple weeks, but we are here at Flavor of Tampa Bay, and huge event going on. I appreciate you taking time to sneak away, come talk with us, but, you know, we have to go back. We have to talk about the VooDoo Chef
Absolutely.
treasure hunt.
Absolutely.
You were on stage DJing, and bro, from the moment you got on stage and you start, you know, let me tell you what I expected first, okay?
Sure.
So DJ, you know, I'm a live band guy. That's what I do. But I understand we got to have music, no dead air. You got to have it. So DJs are essential to every event.
Absolutely.
I expected DJ Don Pablo to get up there and play a whole bunch of music that I wouldn't know, because we did some sort of hip hop trivia challenge on the Johnny B show, and like I think the only thing I got right was Jay-Z, and it was a guess.
Yeah.
So I actually expected to hear a whole bunch of music that I knew nothing of. But all of a sudden, man, I hear fucking rock and roll coming with the scratch, and you got the records going. You were twisting my music, man.
Sure.
And I thought that was badass, bro. Tell me what that's about.
Well, I mean, and part of being a DJ is you got to be a chameleon. You got to be able to adapt your surroundings and make sure that the music. You got to be a chameleon. You got to make sure that the music fits the setting. And that's essentially what it is. There's an art to it, and I'm known for genre jumping. I'm what they call an open format DJ. And so there's an art to it. I might take some older records and throw a new beat on it, or I might just remix the record completely. It's all about entertaining, but the most important variable is just engaging the audience and just creating a great vibe.
Dude, you were in your zone, man. I tried to get your attention a couple times, and you just had the earphone on. You had 2 turntables going.
Absolutely.
And the funny part was, man, I come up on stage at one point, and the records are fucking red. And I'm like, what song is that? And is it really? It wasn't even on the record, bro.
No.
What the fuck's up with technology?
Yeah. That's the beauty of technology. I grew up in an era as a kid where I carried original vinyl around. Now we have the opportunity to, I could essentially walk up on stage and have, what do you say, Flacco? 500,000 songs, possibly? Half a million songs on me. I could have 100,000, 200,000. Big up DJ Flacco, who's here with us.
What's up, Flacco?
Yo, one of the rawest DJs.
Stop gassing me.
Yo, I mean, true story. Great friend of mine.
Are you blushing, Flacco? What's
Nah,
up, man?
no, he's raw. Like, if you like me, you'll love him. Real simple. But you know, there's an art to it, and the beauty of technology is now the records that I carry are time coded. So I bring up a 4 terabyte hard drive, and I got 250,000 records that have all genres. So someone who's an eclectic like me, which represents your brand, you know, as far as your spices and your food, you're an eclectic, and I've tasted your food. It's no different. You and I have a good fit. So you know, my brand matches yours.
Dude, I was thoroughly impressed. First, you know, I'm like, okay, you know, my boy did a little homework. He watched a video on Facebook or something, and he knows I like rock and roll.
Sure do.
But then we get talking, and you're like, bro, it's all about the vibe and the vibe you give off, and you know, that's what we do as professionals. When you're a DJ, you don't just get up there and play what you want to play. It's like chefs. We don't cook what we like. We have to cook what people want.
Sure.
And so, you know, when you think of other professions, you don't really think like that. So I expected you to just get up there and like everybody else, you know, you're going to play the standards and the whatever's popular now, but that wasn't the case, and I thought that was cool. And the fact that you even referenced, you know, the vibe that you feel, because, you know, we do the Johnny B show on Tuesday nights a couple times. I'm there a couple times a month. You're there a lot more often. But that's really cool, man, and I was so stoked, and I think it's badass.
I mean, I genuinely enjoy it, and we even had some people that were wearing like some funk outfits. So I went to some funk records, you know. So I really try to grab the crowd and organically build the theme of that night. And I know your feel, and then I take some of the crowd. And when you're ever in doubt as a DJ, and I think Flacco would co-sign this, I follow the female demographic. If I'm ever like, you know what, where do I go? What do I do? I know if I win some of the females over, I know we're going to create a good vibe, and so then we could feng shui it from there. But I know that's a great starting point, you know. And you have a good base and format for me to, you know. Honestly, you did half the work for me.
Nah, I just hung out, bro. I hung out. You helped me kill a bar tab, though, I'll tell you that.
I'll cut it out.
So, riddle me this, Batman. So, I'm thinking, moving forward, if we were to do an event, because you had to dip, you had another event that night, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you hanging with us.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the night, I get on stage with the live band. I get on stage with Ragged Old Souls, the official band of the VooDoo crew.
Dope band too, by the way.
And we play Rock and Roll All Night by Kiss, because, you know, we like to party like rock stars.
Which you do.
A little bit sometimes. And let's just say that doesn't mean, you know, that we're packing them down and we're killing it. Everybody knows I like my Jack Daniels and my Patron and my tequilas, but we got to say, you know, party responsibly, guys. I have to throw that out there because a lot of people listen to this. But here's what I'm thinking. So while we're up there partying like rock stars, celebrating everything we do, how could we get Pablo on the side fucking enhancing what we do? Kind of like, now, I'm not a 90s guy, but what was that band that did that? Linkin Park or some shit? They kind of incorporated all that stuff?
Yeah, Linkin Park was, they popularized it, but there's been multiple bands that have done it since. Even today, I'm working with Galvin. He'll be on the drums, and I'll be on the turntables. So it's out there, and I've done it before. I've done back and forth, and I'm still relatively green, so I don't want to oversell it. But there's a beauty to two people that are musically inclined, or several that are musically inclined, and you have turntables and a 4-piece. I'm down.
I was
going to
say, what about 7 or 8 people and just get all our fucking asses
bring a
up there?
sax, bring a trumpet. I'll bring Flacco. We could really turn it into something too.
Dude, I think that would be.
We could do
fucking...
4 turntables and an 8-piece.
I thought you only needed 2 turntables
I
and a
only
microphone.
need 2. That's it. Great reference.
Yeah, that's all I know, man. That's about it.
But we could double up and do 4 turntables. I mean, it's whatever, man. I love working with you. You have a great brand.
How does that work if you you're throwing it out there? How would that work? How would you guys go back and forth?
We could do it on 2 turntables, or we could do it on 4 turntables.
Yeah, I can step
4
up. You can step up.
turntables is more of a showman's type performance,
but we would work off tempo, and I know the tempo he's at, and then we could genre jump, which is Flacco's known for that. I am as well. So we're eclectic. So we could do anything from rock to hip hop at the drop of a dime. So.
Flacco, I love your Tampa shirt, man.
Thank you, man. Shout out to the ES crew. That's people that made.
He's born and raised. He's organically grown here, so he's just a great testament.
So what part of Tampa did you grow up in, Flacco?
West Tampa.
What school did you go to?
Jefferson.
Fuck yeah, bitch. What year?
2008.
Young motherfucker.
Yeah, he is. Prick could barely vote, man.
Exactly, man. Holy cow.
Yeah, you gotta love him though. Hey, as far as DJs, he's a juggernaut. Most humble cat out there, so that's me, Don King him.
You could tell while you're hyping him up. He really is blushing.
No. I mean, I Don King him a lot, but I don't think he knows, his greatness.
Does he know who Don King is?
I don't know. I think he's read a few papers in his life. He's a sports guy, so. But as far as moving forward and you want to do that, that's definitely plausible. I mean, I'm all in. Anything VooDoo does, I support you. So I'm invested. I'm invested in your brand.
Man.
Just like you are mine, I'm invested in yours.
I appreciate that.
And
man.
I do as well.
You guys, you kill it, and I can't thank you enough for pushing us over. Now tell me what you're doing tonight with Galvin. Give me a little insight. Can you tell me what Drew's name's on the list too?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a little back and forth. We have some records lined up, and then we're gonna go in an instrumental, and then I'm gonna back out, and then Galvin's gonna take over with Garabo.
So a little drum solo?
Yeah, Galvin's gonna knock out the drums with Galvin. I mean, with Garabo on the microphone.
So Garabo's on the mic. He doesn't play anything.
He's gonna probably do maybe 2.5 minutes of a flow off the top of his head, not written. Just
is that legit? Is that hype? Is that?
No, that's 100%. That's how he does it. He's organic with his stuff. He does it not written. He's just gonna go up there, and he might even clown my shorts. Or he might say, like, he'll make sure
he'll make sure a reference that you
know he'll
it's
make
real.
sure that this is current and fresh. Like this isn't pre-penned.
I want to get you in a VooDoo shirt to see if he fucking hypes on that.
Hey, grab me one. Grab me a large or an extra large, depends. Ooh, great record going.
Well,
DJ Dez in the background, man. Good friend of ours.
I've known Dez for quite some time. He's a good dude, man.
Very, very good friend of mine.
And you guys are back and forth up there today, right?
Yeah, well, he's on now, and then I take over in the next 9 minutes or so. But I got some cushion because I'm supposed to start in an hour from now. So.
Is he like trying to take a break? Is it too hot for him? What's up, man?
It is a little hot out
there.
Dude,
it's fucking hot, bro.
No. The schedule moved around. Anytime you have big events like this and festivals,
you got to be fluid.
Multiple acts. The schedules have a tendency to change, and they're not stuck in stone, which it is. So I have a little window here.
So here's how hot it is now. My drink of choice is unsweet tea. That's like the real. But if we were at a VooDoo event, what would I be drinking right now?
Jack Daniels.
And look, that bottle has not even been cracked, bro.
Yikes.
It's been sitting there.
You know what?
That's because it's so fucking hot.
I mean, you know what? I mean, I think we owe it to the audience anyway to at least beta test that bottle.
You want a fucking shot of Jack, bro?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it over.
Let's
knock this out the ring.
Flacco, you want a shot? Sure, why not?
Of course he does.
We'll crack the
bottle. And look, he pulls a cup off a bullhorn. I mean, you can't be more hard than this guy. He's the type, like, if you're in a dark alley and you got beef, like, this the guy who eats raw meat out of a freezer. We're live. I don't know if I can say this. We're live on radio,
right? You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Perfect. And he passes over a bottle of Jack, and I'm like, we got all these cameras. I'm like this? I'm like, screw it, It's like we're building a meth lab. We're just,
But the best
doing a little
was,
chat.
you were Facebook Live, and And you covered your camera on Facebook Live, and you
Oh
started
yeah,
drinking.
but I
I'm
forgot
like,
about the other camera.
Bro, we're on Bone
he goes,
TV.
He goes, bro, yeah, we have 800 cameras around us, and I'm just covering my Facebook Live. And I'm like, damn it, that checks out.
Hey, how
you know?
are you?
Came to get your card.
Heck yeah. Hey, and grab a spice while you're at it. Or a hot sauce there, Miss Thing.
Awesome. Hey, man, to fucking badass DJs
Absolutely.
who can, whatever the DJ slang is, do what they do. I don't know fucking DJ slang, but you know what I do know, Pablo? I know what you know how to do. You know how to party like a rock star? Because you helped me rack up that bar tab at the fucking VooDoo event like
I was a
nobody's
contributing
business.
factor there.
And
yes.
that's a good thing, because that means it wasn't all me.
No, it wasn't.
Cheers, man.
Salud.
Pablo, thanks for being on the podcast. Thanks for hanging with the VooDoo. Flacco, a pleasure to meet
Thank
you.
you.
You too, man.
Fat shout out VooDoo Chef. Love VooDoo Chef. Follow him. DJ Don Pablo.
Tell us where you can find Don Pablo, man.
Don Pablo on Instagram. Just feel free to Google me. Twitter, Facebook. Very accessible. Passionate about what I do. Come see me.
Flacco, what about you? Where can we find you, my friend?
DJ Flacco 813 or Flacco 813 on all social media outlets. Franklin Manor on the weekends, Friday and Saturday.
So you know my boy Sergio.
Yeah,
Sergio
Flacco's
from
the
E-Boy
man.
Sushi House.
yeah,
Good peeps, man.
Yeah.
Good peeps.
yeah.
So you're the house DJ out of there.
Franklin, yeah, and then a little spot called Lodge Tampa on Sundays.
Little
South
spot.
Howard.
Yeah.
One of the hottest.
So we're going to have chat. We're going to have to do a couple things off air, guys. But who knows? Maybe we got some new shit coming out real soon. Guys, I appreciate you, Pablo.
Thank
I
you so
appreciate
much,
the
Chef.
love, man.
Mad love, Chef.
There's not a day that goes by without someone asking me, where can I find the VooDoo Chef sauces and seasonings? Well, let me tell you. You can reach out to my boys at Just Grillin'. Located right here in the home of VooDoo Chef, Tampa, Florida. They're located at 11743 North Dale Mabry Highway. Or you can reach them on the phone at 813-962-1700. But don't think that's the only thing you can find at Just Grillin'. They have everything for your outdoor needs. Whether you're looking for a barbecue, your favorite green egg supplies, or they'll build you a whole outdoor kitchen. That's just how my boys at Just Grillin' roll. Make sure you reach out to Doug Driscoll and Just Grillin' for all your outdoor needs. You can also find them online at www.justgrillinflorida.
Volvemos al VooDoo Chef Podcast.
All my friends.
Booties, what's going on, man? We are here with an old friend, and everybody out there that knows me knows I have no concepts of dates, times, or any of that. They don't matter. The only thing that matters is relationships. And today, we ran into Joseph and Leanne from Leanne's Cheesecakes and More. So, Joseph, we were talking, how far back do we go, man?
About three and a half, 4 years almost. Yeah, we've been kind of going back to the markets back in Tampa, down on Ashley Street with Malio's.
Man, that's a long time ago, brother. And, you know, back in the day, I'm out there pimping the VooDoo and you're pimping your cheesecakes. You weren't even in a jar then, man.
No, we were having our slices melt on us back then. We would lose more than what we were selling back then.
It's cutting our teeth, man. We were cutting our teeth
Yeah,
in
trying
a
to figure
heavy
out-
market.
Trying to figure out what to do.
Now, it's funny that we run into each other here today because I don't really do markets anymore, and you told me you really don't either.
Yeah, we're just trying to scaling everything back as we go more wholesale. We're doing this event here. We're with Ian Beckles Foundation and Dignitary, trying to get some stuff going with them. And some charity stuff going. So, you know, we came out here with Ian Beckles support the cause today. Saw you out here and decided, let's have a conversation.
Absolutely, man. It's all about the give back, and we got to support the Tampa community. And, you know, we're going to get to that in a minute, but I want to stay on the cheesecakes because you're doing something super cool now. You're putting your cheesecake in a jar.
Yeah, we had to figure out how to keep it cold here in Florida, so the glass jar was the answer to everything. It keeps it cold for about 2 or 3 hours out here in this heat and gives you a chance to either eat it in the car on the go, throws in your cup holder perfectly, or you take it back home, put it in the fridge for later.
Dude, that's pretty hot that it fits in the cup holder, you know, for psychos like me. You know, not that I'm doing this, but, you know, if you are acting like me, just remember my good friend Dom Ferriello, and he'll take care of all your needs as long as you're doing the right thing. But, you know, when I got my phone in one hand, my coffee in the other, I need a place to set my cheesecake.
Yes.
And the fact that it fits in the cup holder, that's pretty badass, bro. So you take the cheesecake, and you know, I was joking with you. I'm like, so why'd your wife get the name of the business? The real answer is because she's the wife. But you told me the cheesecake comes from her family recipes. How far back does it go?
It goes back over 100 years. It's been passed down through 4 generations now. And the secret was she got the recipe when we got married. It was the wedding gift the family always passes down.
That's very cool,
So
man.
they passed down a baked book instead of a cookbook.
That makes it even more special. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Now, will you pass it down or will you hold on to it? Tell
Oh
the
yeah.
truth.
Well, I mean, we'll pass down the whole business.
And by we, you mean your wife.
Yeah, me and my wife. Yes. Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm in the same boat. Everything I do for my family. So I feel you 1,000%. I'm not knocking you.
Oh, definitely.
I'm joining you, man.
Without friends and family, why do we do anything?
So, no more markets. You said you're doing wholesale. Where can we find Leanne's cheesecakes? And I'm going to say and more, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I mean, the main partners we have right now are Bulk Nation from Tarpon Springs out through Orlando, Kawa Coffee, local St. Pete company growing down from St. Pete down through Miami and up the East Coast now. You can find us at Tampa International Airport, in the Newslink stores for your flights. And really, any local coffee shop in Tampa Bay probably has a cheesesteak jar by us somewhere.
Dude, that's pretty cool. So, no more markets. Now you're wholesaling to these companies. And, dude, you got some nice spots here. You know, you say Bulk Nation, and that's something new. I want you to educate us on that. But you got Kawa Coffee. You got Tampa International Airport. You're in the airport with some heavy hitters, man.
Yeah, we actually got lucky with that one. I mean, it's all about timing. And when we started 3.5 years ago, we were doing markets like the Ybor Saturday morning market, and the purchaser was going through looking for local stuff. And we were right there. We worked with them for 1.5 years. He tried our slice. They needed something packaged for an airline, so when we showed him the jar, it was a perfect fit for him.
So obviously they're buying it after the security checks.
Yeah, it's not liquid, so you can get it past security though.
Oh, very cool. I didn't even think about that. That's cool. It's because it's not liquid.
Yeah.
Wow, because it's cooked.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet. Now tell us about Bulk Nation.
Yeah.
This is something new to me, and it sounds pretty cool. Explain the concept.
Yeah, Bulk Nation is kind of a new concept here in America and here in Florida. They have about 10 stores right now, and they're growing throughout the state and up through Alabama and Georgia. But what they are is a container store. You go in there and buy things by weight. So if you got your soup starters, you got your honey, you got your olive oil, you got your nuts, you got your candy, and now you got your cheesecakes in the jar that you need the cheesecake out of. Wash the jar out, bring the jar back, and use it as a container to buy your bulk items.
That's pretty cool. So even though it's a bulk store, so what I'm envisioning when you say that is there's a barrel full of nuts,
Yeah.
and I pie by the weight, but you're in there with your cheesecake in a jar, so
Yeah.
it is still just a retail item there.
Yeah, it's still a retail item. We're their first refrigerated food item they took on as a company, so we're honored and privileged to have that distinction. We're in their drink cooler because they don't have any other refrigeration right now. So you go there, but grab a drink right by the register, and you got our jars. We're working with a couple other local vendors to see how they can fit in there as well, and try and make a group of us.
And that's important that you're doing that too. You know, standing together and supporting each other. And that's why we're out here at Flavor at Tampa Bay. It's all local out here. Everything out here is local. And that's why, you know, we're out here supporting it. So I got one last question for you, brother. We talk about Leanne's cheesecake and more. What's the and more, and when will we see it coming, and when can we find it?
The and more is coming soon. We originally were doing some other baked goods and some cannolis and things like that with some family recipes of mine, but the and more now is turning into more production, more helping other businesses get their foot in the door in the food industry. So instead of just taking care of Leanne's, we're going to help others grow their name and their brand throughout the area and help them distribute throughout the country.
And dude, that's pretty hot that, you know, not only local support and local, but now you're helping other local people, which just expands that whole mission. And I commend you for that, brother.
Thank you.
So where can we find Leanne's Cheesecakes and more?
Find us on social media. It's at Cheesecake, the letter N as in Nancy, and MORE. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and then that all links to our websites, our location maps, all through our website.
Dude, that's pretty hot, brother. I'm very proud of your success from 4 years ago, whatever it was. I suck with dates and times, to where you are now, man. I can't wait to see you blow it up even larger. I appreciate you taking time to stop by and chat today, man.
Definitely, man. Thank you for having me. It's been great watching you grow as well. It's been kind of seeing everybody in this Tampa Bay area the last 3 or 4 years really take hold and make this area.
We're going to be the next food blow up area, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Joe, man. Good luck, brother.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
And there you have it, guys. Another episode of the VooDoo Chef Podcast. Thank you for downloading the magic. We can't let you leave just yet, though. We got to give a big shout out to all of the VooDoo sponsors. VooDoo Crew sponsors, first and foremost, thank you, Chef Shane Shively and First Watch. You make the VooDoo Crew happen. A big shout out to Doug Driscoll and the entire Driscoll family. Just Grillin' was the first place in Tampa Bay you could find VooDoo Chef sauces and seasonings. Sergio and Christina Chankane over at Ybor Sushi House. Make sure and check them out. It is the best sushi in Tampa Bay. And for all your Tampa cuisines, whether it's scachata, a quick pastry, or a pressed Cuban sandwich, make sure and check out Alessi Bakery. Our Hope sponsors. We could not live our mission of feeding those in need without the Our Hope sponsors. Chef Tim Keelick and the entire crew over at East Lake Woodlands Country Club, a great big thank you. OJT Education and Training. Keep rocking out those students in Tampa Bay. Brent Brown and Outback Steakhouse. Of course, no rules, but still amazingly just right. Thanks, Brent Brown. And Kaiser University Center for the Culinary Arts. When you stop in out there, you make sure and tell the Dean of Culinary, Chef Michael Mensch, that the VooDoo sent you. We got to give a big thanks to all of the VooDoo officials. The VooDoo official DJ Franchise. The official photographer of the VooDoo Chef and the VooDoo Crew, Pitt Productions. And we cannot go without thanking the official band of the VooDoo Crew, Ragged Old Souls. Thanks for helping us party like rock stars down that parade route like only you do. More importantly, thanks for letting the VooDoo Chef hang out and party with you, my guys. Keep rocking Tampa Bay. We got to give a big thanks to Split Image, Jason Morris, and The Lovesick for the music that you hear throughout the entire VooDoo Chef Podcast. Once again, thanks for listening to the VooDoo Chef Podcast. Keep downloading that magic.